this New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And right away, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now it's Stafford. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving. Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw taken in by Evans here.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield. I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
And the Giants are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Brady to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Stafford. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Giants are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Boy, the word would Dalvin Cook, his explosiveness. I'm not sure there's anybody in the league that has the acceleration that he does, and he put it to good effect there.
And this is a play defensively where you just look around and say, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to it, and that's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford is going to float this one deep right side. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out in a hurry.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, Brady. And his pass incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Brady now on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Chase Claypool.
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Giants add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Giants are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Brady. Completion here to Claypool. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next. Starting the third. Going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Open man left side. It's the tight end Tunyon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard. He'll buy some time right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Stafford now to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Dwayne Smoot picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They snap it to Stafford. This is caught by Evans. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. To throw is Stafford.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Mike Evans there to make the grab.
And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They run it again with Cook. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Brady's throw there complete.
Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he gets it down to the 32.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On play action, now Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Broncos are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
On second down, it's Jones. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his fourth carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. The Broncos on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target.
And it'll bring up 3rd down. Now a give running right, it's Cook.
You ain't nothing!
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Dalvin Cook,
already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Giants are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Deep, here comes a return to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will slide down with a good gain. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run it with Jones. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Brady going to look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And complete, right side to Cook. Touchdown, Giants!
Dalvin Cook with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
We'll see a return here.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit, or maybe lost their focus as well. And it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10.
One last throw here for Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game.